can't see you.
Well,
Oh,
Ruth got
what a
all
shame.
quiet.
I'll lean over. Hello.
Like a Mason Day parade balloon.
Won't you just focus it on me?
No,
Yeah, can I
see-
set that?
they want to see the, they want to see you guys.
They want to see
They
the
want to see
president.
the star.
They want to see the stars, right?
That's right.
I mean, we can set it right here, so it's you guys.
El
You follow me.
Presidente.
Just put a representative photo.
I want to change this, man. I think I'm gonna be here. Yeah, there you go, what you pay for. Who's there, huh?
Here's the continuum of
I
it.
don't know where you got that on. Is there any way that?
Let's see Todd Gunning yesterday.
We do. We do, we have an aspect of it, we can just find it.
I think that would be,
Yeah.
but always, we had trouble finding somebody that's included. It'd be easier to find them, and I think it's what happens when they don't pay, it just goes, can you do it?
Yeah, once you have a judgment, it's always a lien against your property.
It's not, it doesn't go on property tax lien, it's just a lien.
Right. You know what happens is,
They're
we
not
got
like
some of those,
other strapping.
you know, when they don't pay the
Your
mortgage,
debts are
the
not.
mortgage first, we don't get any.
They've got one.
What if that's a rental property? Does it go to the homeowner or the person staying there?
But it goes on the.
It goes on the property itself. right?
Yeah, that's why whenever somebody rents it, we have to notify them.
Gotcha.
Like this up here,
Yeah, and
she's buying that on contract, and I drug the.
so if she defaults, it goes back to the original owner.
But if it defaults, don't they have to cover all the liens or just?
In priority. So mortgage always is first because it's a secured creditor. and then you-
How you said
Some more, a lot of them that are probably the worst, probably the late, or probably the mortgage.
Probably not.
So then that lien
Right,
would be good at that time.
Like Ryan Henderson.
right.
He put that
Yeah.
mini house shed in there. So it don't mean nothing.
I'm just thinking about that, that would be it.
We always, we'll put a lien on it, but it's usually by the time you really get to it, we're so far down the line.
If it's mortgage, I can see that, right? Like I say, some of the real property, a lot of these are not even owned.
Too much or something.
I mean, they just don't really switch ownership.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
But if you're, schools
We're
are
usually
going
not
on.
worried about it.
Yeah.
And
if you don't mind asking.
I'll ask her, yeah.
Did your place get hit?
Now we would be fine, yeah,
You're up.
yeah, it's 10, 12 foot off the ground again, so. It's only flooded under the house a couple times, so. Yeah, no, I'm sure it's fine.
He's sure, so he's not positive.
Pledge allegiance, John, would you,
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, as we come this evening, we just ask your presence to be here with us this evening as we make decisions for the town and the betterment of the community. Be with us and lead and guide us in all things. Give you glory, praise, and honor. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
welcome everyone here. Too many, welcome anyway. And, has everybody had a chance to read the minutes of our July meetings?
I had read them and I'd make a motion we accept them as presented.
Second.
All right, been motion and second to approve the meetings. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? All right. Monthly reports. Oh, fire department. We've got your report. You've got 4 applicants.
We are not doing that now. I got
Okay.
a phone call from one of them yesterday and they are now backing out.
Okay.
They're not ready to be all in, so They said timing's just not right, so they now do not want to come on.
All in and all out.
All right, we'll just forget all that then. Was there anything else on the report other than, see you had 2 quotes, is that correct? Did I read that right?
Correct.
Two quotes for a new vehicle.
Yes, that's to replace the Expedition.
Okay. We didn't get that. Is it in the budget or I didn't quite understand what was
We
going on?
got, Ronnie was out of town, I was out of town, so it came in late in July, but that's what we're asking to be included in the request. Each
Okay.
department turned in their request.
Okay, I got you.
And so it would be, if we okay that, it'd be purchased in 2026.
What's the, what says new squad? What does that mean?
I'm sorry.
This email says that the one that for the new squad.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
the squad is the Expedition. That's what we call it. That's the name of it, is the squad.
I thought there was a new fire department or something.
Yeah.
No. That's just the name of the vehicle, sorry.
And what year's the one we have?
It's a 2008.
2000.
It was Roy's. It was bought when Roy bought it brand new from Bedford Ford, and it was his car. And then I've had it for 5 years now, I think 6 years, something like that.
Is, what are you using for first responders?
Right now, we're using the Dodge, the brush truck, the one that we bought that we put
Okay,
the
is
trans.
it available if you're gone? You
Yes.
drive it normally, don't you?
Correct. Yeah, it's at home, and Amanda drives it when I'm not in it. Like if I'm working, she drives it to runs. So it's always available. The key's always in it at the house for
What
people.
happens if you and her go out of town?
Then I usually give it to, before I would give it to Michael, now I would give it to Corbin to use. But Michael would usually keep it. So it's usually always available, or I'll bring it up here and park it on station. That way they can use it.
Randy, you got a question?
Is this a budgeted item? Have we
It's a
got-
budget item, budget request item, so it's not anything you're taking action on tonight. It's just, each department turned in their request, police and Daniel, so it's a budget item.
So it may or may not be approved based
Well, it
upon.
depends on what happens with the budget, it's sure the hard money.
Okay.
Ronnie knows that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
More amount put in there, it's got some money in there.
We've got some money in
In
there.
there already.
For equipment.
Now, that's offhand. You want us to look at it, maybe?
Yeah, I think we definitely should, yeah.
Let's do that.
Not just while we're talking about that, we got the estimated lit for next year this week. And surprisingly, we're going to get about $6,500 more general ordinance and $3,500 in public safety and about $2,500 in economic development. So I'm not surprised, but it must be, people must be getting raises, making more money. That's what it comes.
Is that what, oh,
That's
okay,
income.
gotcha. Okay, what? Good news.
That's-
We can't use the big higher figures right now. We got to use 85% of what it was this year.
Okay.
For budgeting purposes. Put something bigger in there and then it turns out, this is just estimated, it's not certified.
Okay, do you have anything
I
else?
didn't have anything else. The applications was the big thing for tonight.
Yeah, well, I hate that. Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to publicly thank Ronnie to go to that school.
Oh, yes, yeah.
My pleasure.
It's very kind, speaks volumes of your commitment to Orleans and to the Orleans Fire Department.
It was my pleasure. I got a lot of good information from it too. So we're gonna change a bunch about the way we operate and just the way we conduct our trainings and all that stuff. We're gonna change a bunch. So try to make it better.
I'm glad you're bringing it home.
Yeah, I concur.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else for the fire department?
You go, well, paper.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna keep them. We're not getting rid of them yet.
You can have my copies if you want.
Do you have anything?
One thing I had is we had a resident who resides down at 6th and Adams Street that called in to town hall concerned about traffic coming in on Sixth Street at what he considers to be a high rate of speed. I went out there at the request of Robert a couple days in a row and ran radar in the morning. He said it's usually at 7-ish in the morning and at 5 something in the evening. I'm assuming it's work traffic. I had no speeders. However, looking at the problem is Sixth Street for a certain specified time is in the county on one half of the street and in the town on the other half of the street. A county road speed limit is 55 mile an hour unless otherwise posted.
55?
55.
I didn't know.
I thought it was 50. I looked up today.
I figured it was 40.
I thought it was 40.
No, it's 55. You have a different view on that? Yeah, I looked up today. It says 55.
Really?
So the problem we have is when they're coming in town from Quarry Road on Sixth Street, there's nothing really to tell them to slow down at some point. You're coming into a town environment. Obviously, going out of town, you start out 35.
I was gonna say, there's a sign somewhere that says
Yes, going-
35.
Going out.
Okay.
So I spoke to Robert. Of course, the problem with it need to be enforced coming southbound would be the speed limit sign will be posted on the west side of the road, which is in the county. So I'm going to speak with your permission to Richard Dixon to see if the county be willing to post a 35 mile an hour speed limit sign there when it gets to the city limits to slow the vehicles down.
Yeah,
So
I
it's not
think that'd be a
posted
good idea.
outside that, it's 55.
I think the,
Actually, the town goes all the way to the corner to the T road. That cornfield there is in town, I'm pretty sure. Quarry Road and
Yeah,
Sixth Street.
but I think it's, the divine line's like in the middle of the road, isn't it?
Well,
The guy that owns the car smart, his house is in the county.
Because
So-
it's on that side of the road.
Yeah, because it's on the west side of the road.
Because it's on the west end.
we don't want to challenge it anyway because they pay for half the black.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But- And I don't think they would be.
I don't think it'd be a
probably
problem.
object,
It's
but
just,
yeah.
that obviously in the county, you don't want to post that many signs because financially it'd be a burden. So they just make this statement.
Yeah.
State law says this is what it is unless otherwise posted.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
So,
I just guess because I travel that road, and I assume since I see a 35, there's 35 all the time.
well, and you know, to me, a lot of roads right here, 55 mile an hour scare me to death on all these 2-lane roads.
Yeah,
But that is what the state law says for speed limits, 55 unless otherwise posted.
Yeah, that.
So if it's okay to speak to Richard Dix on that, I'll
That'd be
approach him on it.
And while we're talking about that, we did have a citizen that pointed out that on Jefferson Street, there's a school bus that's parking on the sidewalk and a couple of cars maybe. We might look at that, and they can't seem to get down with their stroller.
I'll take care of that first thing. First of next week, I'll speak to the homeowner.
It's in Jefferson Street, the new sidewalks we put in. I've noticed there's a school bus, it just sticks out over the side.
Yeah.
Right across from North End.
Yeah, so if you wouldn't mind looking at that,
I'll make
see if
contact
we
with him.
can,
Back it up a little.
yeah. So, okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Anything else for the police? Okay, Daniel Water,
I don't have really anything on the water.
okay,
We read today and our reading, which is our meter software, read 4.9 million gallons, 4.97 million gallons. And when Lisa processed it through, through Keystone, it was 4.93 million. So I think we're getting everything tuned in now. I did, in my report, I went through and audited all the big meters just to make sure that everything was reading correctly. And everything has the same multiplier now except for White Castle. I'm aware of it, Lisa's aware of it, make the adjustments as needed.
anything else about the water, guys? Wastewater.
John, did you want to bring up
Yeah,
another thing?
this thing here.
Oh, the Toka, yeah.
The Toka is one explanation of why this arrangement has been in effect for quite a long time, about them reimbursing us for Mitchell Water whenever they have a leak and we go to Mitchell, their request in the beginning. And so I've composed an explanation there for you. And Randy's going to read it over tonight to be sure he agrees with it. And hopefully we can, I had a meeting with Pat yesterday.
Okay.
And we got that to do.
The only thing I might and I didn't see it in there, is if they have a leak that affects our north pit, it shuts our Mitchell customers down totally. And usually I'm getting phone calls on the Mitchell line before I get a phone call from Patoka saying they have a leak.
Let me talk to you in the morning.
Yeah.
And we might have to, that is an effect of what's going on here because it's, we're paying for water, cleaning water, the water, so we need to have proper service.
Okay. Wastewater. I read your report, sounds like everything's going good.
Yeah, things are running well. We did have, one of the primary clarifiers down for several weeks while we we're waiting on parts to get delivered. But it's back up, it's working fine now. Sean's covering today and tomorrow for Chris. He's taking a little time off to go check on some family members. But everything's going, I think we're in compliance, no real issues. Other than algae. That's everywhere, doesn't matter who you are.
Randy, questions? All right, thanks.
He lost his helper for a couple of days, though. He lost his helper for a couple of days.
I'm sorry.
His helper, he lost his helper for a
Oh.
couple of days. He's gone.
Who's that?
That's why he said Chris took some time off.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got
it.
one of my guys covering. We're good.
Okay, fountain updates.
I don't really have a fountain update. I've been calling and
That
some
going.
answers.
The
There's a-
summer's gonna be over before we ever get running again.
And
I've kind of given up on this
And
year.
I called him too, there was a father, I think, that owned the company, and it kind of changed off to the son. But, it seemed to be almost a year that thing's been up there. And, we need to get get that wrapped up.
I mean, they have our fountain,
They
right?
do, and we paid some money.
The big holdup last I got was they are spot plants. They're the ones that do all the installation stuff. There's another group called the Fountain. They design the pumps, the vaults, the electrical. That's what we deposited for, was the vault, all the electrical. They shipped it. They unloaded at the yard. Nobody paid any attention. Well, when they shipped it, they didn't, until the guy was getting ready to load it to bring it down here. And I had some questions, wanted to look at some stuff, and they hadn't secured any electrical stuff inside. Well, a lot of it broke and fell off, and so there's a lot of electrical issues. And this was just me dealing with the guy that was going to do the install. He said, "I'm not comfortable bringing this to you. I want it to be right." And
So they answered what they're gonna do about that.
I don't know. I haven't heard back on that. They had to, Smock had to get with the Fountain people because they're the ones that ordered it, so.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't know if you saw in the report, I had some wiring in the cabin of my tractor that was bush on the lake with it. Something in the diode in the fuse panel shorted out, and I got some pretty hefty quotes there. I'm working with the insurance. I haven't heard anything back, but
I kind of got an impression the insurance wasn't gonna cover it.
really,
I just kind of was told that probably not, but they were gonna turn it in.
yeah, I probably talked to the same guy you, and I haven't gotten an answer yet.
Yeah.
I sent them all kinds of pictures and
Yeah.
stuff, so, I mean, it's a pretty hefty charge. I just need some guidance on. I mean,
Yeah, it was, they were both real close, both quotes,
yeah,
right?
one was $8,781, and the other was $8,793.
But it's already at the one place.
Yeah. I mean, I'm no insurance agent, but I really don't know why they wouldn't cover it. There was no negligence or anything. I mean, it was sitting still. It wasn't even being operated. We ran it, came back, and, probably a week in between. And
Good. It's gotta be fixed, correct?
yes. Well, I mean, they gave us, the government guy down there gave me a workup on a tractor, and trade not fixed it. They ever only allow us 13,000 of the tractors fixed is probably worth about 30.
Well, maybe we ought to go ahead and get it fixed, and I guess the insurance company can, if they agree to pay, they'll reimburse us.
Yeah, but we need to probably get it fixed, get it taken care of.
We need to appeal it. If they say no, we need to appeal it.
Yeah, there's no reason not to appeal, that's for sure, that's not.
So you wanted to go ahead and get it prepared.
I'm okay with it.
I make a motion, we go ahead and get it repaired.
And where it's at now.
Yeah. Is that okay? Is that, will you?
All right. Motion and second to go ahead and get the repaired, and we'll hopefully get reimbursed by insurance and have the people that already have it to do the repair work. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, let's fix it.
While we're talking about the lake, we've got a healthy clump of Johnson grass out there. I don't know, we did mow it down and.
Generally,
This
I
fall is-
just ordered some, I don't know if you guys have noticed, NDOT's been spraying that. And I finally got a hold of NDOT and just ordered some spray this morning to try to knock it back a little bit. They've got something in the high.
Have we got a prayer or?
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
I
I mean,
read
just,
somewhere that Johnson grass was really bad this year.
It is.
yeah.
If you're legal, let it go too.
Is it? That's probably what I mowed today in my field.
But honestly, I think what combated it more than anything, and the only reason I think this is because I can see it on the cameras out there, is Lee Durkin would come up and spray it. And, you know, he didn't want Eddie Beanfield, so I think that's what he was doing. We did get the pad poured for the mural. We did get with Steve Sutter on getting the fence done.
I have I've met with the shop class and the STEM class about creating a new container for the cans, so that's underway.
Is that gonna be fastened to the building or is it gonna be freestanding?
Freestanding. You want to talk a little bit about the gun shop?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I guess, if this falls under me, the gun shop guy, he's wanting to do his sign permit, and we're kind of in limbo with Toby. He was wanting in the parking.
Yeah.
He was wanting to put a sign that just said, he's naming it Hometown Guns, and he wanted to put it north of our public parking sign in that gravel area next to where the fence fell down.
You want to put it on our parking lot?
Well, just, yeah, I mean,
Which corner?
I don't know where the line is for, I can't say. But
We're
yes,
on 80 feet there, and I kind of think that his ramp is either right on the 80-foot mark or maybe extend over on us a little bit where it looks. I'm not sure that he owns, well, he don't own 80 feet. He owns something less than that, maybe 23 feet less. His son still owns the 23 feet between our parking lot and that building. The deed, they failed to include that as part of the description. And I told Shane about it. And but he said he's giving it all to his dad. I said, well, you intended to, but you didn't. So,
yeah, I mean, I talked to Danny and he was kind of talking like he was gonna turn around and give it all back to Shane, so I don't know. That's their deal, I guess.
Or they want to put a sign in the parking lot?
No, and I don't know if you're familiar, back there, we have a sign. I cleaned up that grass, you know where the fence fell down? We picked up the fence and we cleaned up that grass a year or so ago, and we put, we put a sign in that says Orleans Public Park.
It's in the
You know,
southeast corner of the parking lot.
Yeah, it's probably that big, and he was wanting to put the same size about sign that just said Hometown Guns with an arrow
It would be,
on the north side of our sign. So,
and it would be in that area, right? Just directly west of where Steve and Lannis and Linda's, or Steve Jones and Linda's house.
So you want to attach it to our sign?
No, it's gonna be in
it's
our
hard to be
our
standing
space there.
alone north of our side.
That's about on the corner of our property, and whoever owns on the corner, where they meet out there.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused what's going on. I'm sorry, I just can't.
It's the southeast corner of our parking lot, right next to 337 on the east.
So it's not in the alley, it's be east of the alley.
Basically, if you walk out of Masonic Lodge or the drugstore, you'd be facing the sign. It's on the far side of the parking lot.
And he wants to put that sign right next to ours, to the north of our sign,
Yeah,
and that same property. And he doesn't know who owns it, but he thinks we do,
yeah, I'm assuming.
Why didn't he put it to the back of his property?
because it doesn't have so much visible.
Yeah, I mean, his property doesn't come out to the highway anywhere.
We own a half a lot there, touching 337 and the alley, and whoever lives back there in that house where Gene Parker used to live.
Yeah.
And if I understand it right, in the southeast corner is where our public parking sign is, correct?
Yeah, I think it's closer to the
In
middle.
the middle.
but
Well, wherever, it's on the east line of our
Yes.
parking lot. And he wants to put one there, probably right on the property line, pointing to his shop.
That's right, John.
It's kind of a round sign that says hometown guns.
Would that make you think that our lot was part of his parking lot there?
Well, it could be a perception of that.
Could,
Yeah, that's what
but
I'm
at the
getting
same, on the same token, right next to the sign says Orleans Public Parking.
But I think if we do that, we need some kind of thing in writing, what happens, when he decides to do something else there, with that sign, would be grandfathered in there. That could change down the road. But it would, as far as I'm concerned, that's on the town.
I don't understand why he wouldn't put it at the end of his parking lot is.
Right.
I'll think his ramp comes right up, it's either on parking lot or sticking over on our,
I think that too.
His ramp.
yeah, he built a ramp up the south side of his building, straight at it. And it goes way on out there.
And none of his
I
property,
haven't been through there. I need to go look at it.
none of his property touches a road. It touches
Right, I
both
understand that,
alleys,
yeah.
and he's wanting to get some visibility from
I
337.
assume he's want to use our parking lot too, isn't it? For customer parking.
There's
That's-
Well, and that part is okay because it is public parking.
Yeah, but there's another thing he's requesting.
He asked if we would consider making the 2 north parking spots handicapped.
You know what?
Figured we have to have a handicap somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we don't have to.
I don't know, do
Oh, boy.
we? Yeah.
I mean, is they,
We'll always see how long he's in business.
it's great.
How much does he, good lord.
Why don't-
We've got public parking, he's got a business, the Mexican can use it, the gun shop can use it.
Hometown carpets can use it.
Right.
Yeah.
The flower shop can use it, it's public parking.
And you can use it.
Right, but I'm just saying, we don't need to be changing.
And we have a little parking that we pay behind Gateway, so there's a parking space area there that people utilize.
Right.
I think if he I think personally, if he's gonna put a sign up for gun shop parking, it should be on his property. And that's
Well, I
fine.
don't think it's for parking. I think it's just,
For
And
visibility.
then-
He just wanted to put a sign up pointing toward his shop.
yes.
Right.
That sounds more like that.
Something about like Doherty's has gone up at, Roosevelt Road at 337.
Yeah, and I think they may still have one here at the highway.
Yeah.
They used to have one here at the grain bins, boy, Darby Services and the Quick Lube. Not quite that way, but, just to kind of direct people.
I don't know that we should be putting signs on town property.
I think it opens the door, you might have trouble saying.
And if we need handicap parking, I don't have mind looking at it and see what we should do, but
If he got permission, he can set it one foot east for the same, exactly the same spot.
Yeah, that's what I was
then
thinking.
maybe you should do that
Why don't he get permission from the private property?
Yeah. and just do that.
But if you haven't looked at it, you need to drive down and look at the setup.
Yeah. We'll just table that, I guess we could say, and we can both all look at it, but as, right now, I think the best solution would be put it on his property or private property.
Or if he's gonna put his signage on his building.
He is gonna put a sign on it.
But I mean, we've got regulations for that. He'd be more than happy to put a sign on his building. Right?
Yeah, he's got a, and actually, I think he's got, with Toby, the sign permits for both signs.
Yeah, so we're good. That's all. Well, that's fine.
Don't you think most people use Google? You think people drive around and look for signs?
Okay,
You gotta, the older people do not.
They buy a lot of guns?
I'm pretty old, I do.
Well, I know,
All right. You have anything else? We're gonna talk about the graphic truck.
yeah, I've actually got all 3 quotes. Robert's got them. If you guys wanna look at them, and
I looked at it on my phone. And, everybody get a chance to look at it?
Yeah, I looked at it, but I didn't see the third one. He just said it was
yeah, it's the same thing. I just.
The cheapest one was 187,
184.
184. And you like that one?
Yeah, I mean, they were all good. You know, the next one wasn't $15,000 better.
Yeah.
And the next one definitely wasn't almost $60,000 better.
We find out anything about financing?
I do have a quote here on some financing, but I don't know, I know you guys were gonna look at some local banks.
He was gonna look at it, wasn't he, John? With the money that we had.
Well, and I did check into it. The only thing we can do is at least purchase.
You wanna look at that? That's all they. I'll take for some financing through that company. And I'm definitely not trying to push it, but he quoted me 2 trucks, and that's the truck he has. And then he quoted me the truck that's on order, and it jumps up another 15,000.
4.89%, that's not too bad today.
No.
$35, 70, still 30, yeah, 3,500 a month for 60 months.
Where would we get that money from?
There's not that much in MVH, is there? It's come out of general. You really have to spend time to the casino, making it work for budget purposes.
Yeah.
Unless you get more income than what we anticipate. We've got 4,000 in there. That's less income, which is what you taxes. Get all done. If we spend every dime and we were correct on the income, we want to be $27,000 left in the casino. So, but it's almost $1 million. We can't pay tax. How much money is that? Anybody figured out what the total payback is?
$3,500 times 60, so it'd be 180 plus half of 60, so it'd be 210, right?
Yeah, 13,000. It's 84, the rest is 16. 16,000.
Well, I would like to see us do it.
How much longer is he gonna have with the truck?
Might sell
You know,
tomorrow,
it's
might
all-
have it a year from now.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's all
look at
from law.
somebody right now.
You want to talk to the finance people and have a discussion.
Well, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's a 60-month loan at 4.89%. That's
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
There's a documentation fee of $499 we have to pay.
out in the camp, and some of the others,
I'm pretty sure we can't take it out.
The age is,
How much is what restricted? Can we spend it on restricted?
they can, we gotta justify it.
It's supposed, what we buy out there is supposed to be used to preserve the roads. And they don't have anything to do with the roads. It's just picking up stuff.
Keeps the backhoe off of it.
Pardon?
Keeps your backhoe from being on it, swerving back and forth, picking all that stuff up.
That's a good point. Putting outriggers down.
I mean, think
With
about it.
manual loading, you do, don't you? Load off the road, don't you?
Scratch the road.
You set up on top of it, don't you? Reach out there and get it and put it in a hopper right there beside you.
That's the truck he's talking about.
Yeah.
That truck's got a platform to stand on the side of it,
Go with the backhoe, you gotta turn sideways in the road and pick it up with your front bucket and then load it in a dump truck.
Right.
So, yeah, so you're putting outriggers out on the road.
So,
But that truck's got outriggers too, though, right?
No, they killed that. I'm trying to help you.
It'd be less weight though.
It would.
The casino money, you said there's not enough money in the casino money to do that, right?
Well, we're not gonna spend everything out of that money. The main things in there is health insurance and, I mean, the big items are health insurance, and trash, and what else? And that's,
That's too big ticket items.
yep, I don't know what health insurance, what we have for health insurance.
It's a pretty good little chunk, and then they've increased our trash from there.
180,000 for trash pickup.
I know that's first. Is this, when you're saying casino money, is this what we have on hand, or is this what we get?
It's what our cash balance is of June 30 minus 18 months of expenses plus anticipated income. Actual expenses.
Yeah.
Right. Not appropriate.
Yeah.
Actual, what we spend. And then at the end of the year, you have some money. Hopefully.
I think I pay $15 per building and pay only for trash pickup per month.
That was 18.
What did we decide, John?
Mitchell
that we
17. I mean, I did call
Full
around
cap
all
of
the stuff.
CCD, did we determine the queue?
Yeah, we could, human capital development, put a pin out there, that's what it's for. And we have spending money out of human cap. It's like sometimes.
Could we spend it as a lease? Just not spend it all at once? Can we do it that way?
I think we can. That's money we haven't tapped into.
We thought if our performance the next 2, 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years is like the past, we won't be spending any of it anyhow, we could just pay for it.
What do you think's best?
And I didn't ask him, I'm sure we could probably pay half down and finance half, or, break it up somehow.
They have this year and half next year.
I
No
mean,
finance, no interest.
Our income in June cap's gonna be about $42,000. If you remember, we got how much did we get it? Just a penny or so, wasn't it? Those are rate-driven funds, which may or may not mean anything to you. But you have a rate, and if the AV fluctuates up and down, the amount of money you raise goes up and down. You don't set the amount you want to spend and then you decide your rate, it's the other way around.
Like, what do they do like on large items like mattresses and couches and stuff? Does Rumpke pick those up?
Well, when we do the cleanup, we have to put them in a dumpster and pay for the dumpster fee.
Rumpke takes them at Gilway in their transfer station, people can haul their own over there.
No, but like I'm saying, like here in town, like let's say somebody,
They throw it in their yard until it comes the next cleanup
And
week.
then we put it in the dumpster.
Or they burn it in the middle of the night and then want to get in a fight with the fire chief and we ain't got no cops in there.
Yeah.
That happened to me just a couple weeks ago.
oh, so it sounds like we've got that solved.
I thought we approved it, let Robert and Daniel and me work out the payment.
That would be great. I would love that.
Either pay it all out of the fuel cap
Or whatever you think's best. Whatever, you know.
If you save $16,000, that's a pretty good incentive.
Yeah,
Saves
sure,
money, don't it?
yeah.
26,000.
Saves 26.
Or 26,000.
Yeah.
With 16 up to 200.
Yeah.
I made that motion.
Okay. John, you second that?
Yeah, okay.
The motion that we'll purchase the gravel truck for 100, whichever one, 184,000.
Yeah, for municipal equipment.
John and Robert get together and decide what's the best way to pay for it.
This
Oh.
says, this says plus applicable taxes, we don't pay taxes on that.
Okay, all those in favor of buying a grappling truck, say aye.
Aye.
You opposed?
What brand is it? What brand is it?
The truck or the grapple?
Truck.
The truck is a Mack, the grapple is a Pac Man.
Okay. Was there anything else? Yeah.
Isn't that the knockoff Chinese thing?
It's coming about that big.
Like TV.
Yeah, that's what John said,
And
TV.
anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Toby's not here, so we'll
Well,
probably
let's,
just.
wait a
skip
minute,
over
let's
that.
talk about the lake.
Oh, the lake, okay.
I think we need to put a roof on that building out there and, or tear it down or something. The roof is completely caved in on top.
I guess I've never noticed there was a building there.
It's the old whale house.
Oh, is it down, down below the dam?
Oh, it's right there next to the road, Lake Road.
Okay.
It goes back to the.
But it's not very big, it's probably what, 8 or 10 or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Did we do anything with the building?
Now, we mounted cameras for
Cameras on
security.
Oh, okay.
Let me show you the picture.
It's the old whale house.
Because if we tore the building down, we could put a pole there to keep the
It's
cameras.
good.
We don't want to get away with cameras, I don't think.
No.
I think we'll fix it.
You think we should fix it?
I do.
Okay.
No more than what that roof's gonna cost.
I mean, we talked to Bill about doing it. It wouldn't cost much to do.
Oh, it's a block building.
It's a block.
Yeah, it's-
Oh, well, so the building itself's
Steel
okay.
door, I don't know if the door was rusted out or anything, the frame, but
It is some at the bottom. I've been in it.
I don't know if it's
Couple
chlorine.
of years.
Was there chlorine in that building? Wasn't, was it? When they pumped it over there and chlorine it in the clear well.
I didn't realize it was blocked. So the building itself's okay. Can you get some of that spray and spray some of the weeds off of it?
That's camouflaging the cameras.
Is it okay to get a price on?
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
That's
Yeah,
maybe painting the blocks.
Well, maybe I can get, with any luck, if, sometimes the school does some community service stuff, and I get them to come paint the block, that'd be
yeah. They might do that.
You might want to get the poison ivy off of it.
Yeah. I wonder if they would,
Builds character.
if they'd be interested in building the roof.
We can ask and see, but not, we talked to Bill about getting us a price on it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, either way. Okay, anyway, Toby's not here, so we'll just, skip over that.
Where is the
That's
price at
okay.
that he's talking about? Is that where, it can't be 400? So,
That's Millie Bill Baker's house.
oh, okay. Well, that's 3 something, that's not 4 something.
What's that?
This house, we contacted him about the vegetation and the
Oh.
trees, and Steve and Candy's been mowing.
It must be 382 instead of 482,
Yeah.
because I'm 542.
You know,
Well,
we'll probably clean up and
482, that'd be
everything.
right, wouldn't it? Yeah. Sorry.
Got any old business? Anyone, hold. Any new business?
Yes, we have, one thing is, we need to do, and we advertise for an additional appropriation to shore up a couple of funds. One of them is the general fund that takes care of the town superintendent, also the public safety fund. So we're just asking you to approve that we can fix those two accounts by doing this additional appropriation, and we have to do a legal. And we just need this to be signed and made a permanent part of the minutes of this meeting.
Okay, so do we need to make a motion for that?
I'll make a motion that the additional appropriation request for the general over deal with it,
All right,
be approved.
second that motion.
All those in favor of the additional appropriations, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then I see there's a request for the ball fields.
It has, and the only thing tricky about it, Elizabeth Johns has asked permission. She's doing part of the Tri-Kappa Gala benefit. And she's wanting on September the 6th to do a fundraiser and use the space behind, west of the child care on the corner, and have a movie, yard games, possibly food truck set up. The only tricky thing about that is that usually if they're doing something for a fundraiser, like the tournaments and the fundraisers that we do out there, Brad's always wanted us to get a certificate of insurance to cover our part. But if she's doing this as a charity, a benefit, she's probably not going to be able to provide that, so. I mean, it
Did
would
we
be.
make the people that had the ball tournament last
Yeah,
year?
I got, as Brad said, to get a certificate of insurance from anybody. Timmy Gray's through.
So are they gonna be playing baseball?
I'll be playing baseball, but they're gonna have food trucks, they're gonna have a movie, yard games. It's gonna be a fundraiser to raise money. She's running for queen of the Tri-Kappa.
I don't understand why public place, just ordinary people going on, why we have to have insurance, why they have to have insurance. We go down here to the park and eat, have a picnic lunch in the shelter house.
Yeah, they don't have the insurance for to do that.
I mean, we waived that, before, it don't make a difference to me, if you wanna, I think you should just be using that grassy area where the little play area is, the playground.
It's not even gonna be on the
Not
ball
on the
field.
ball field themselves.
I don't have any problem with it.
You said across from, you're talking about along Second Street there on that.
Yeah, right behind her daycare, there's that open field. Where the
Between there and where the
playground is.
water runs.
Yeah.
I was gonna call it a creek, but I
It's Foot Creek on the map.
that's what I was probably gonna say.
It has been here, I hear things several times, but.
That's not what we call it in high school.
Jim Stalker and I found a map and it says it's Ben Creek.
Okay, well, that's a better term.
So I'll tell Elizabeth that's okay there.
It's okay. Yeah.
And the other thing that I have is we want to, as John mentioned, there's a few tweaks we need to make with the budget. We found out that Rumpke had raised ever so often, they had in their contract that they would build a bump, like a 4% increase, and they have done that. So we need to tweak just a couple of numbers. We need to take care of Ronnie's request. So if that's agreeable with you, we'll go ahead and finalize the budget, and I need to advertise that formally.
And we're gonna have.
And we will have a hearing at the regular September meeting. So if you're okay with John and I finishing
Okay.
that up, that's what we'd like to
We're
do.
probably going, that could be on public safety, but.
Yeah.
We've got some in there already, we may even have enough.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's okay with me. Go ahead and finish that up.
And the other thing would be that John and I have a little bit of a conflict at the September meeting. We'd like to respectfully request that the start time for that be made 4:30.
Okay.
And we have the budget hearing that night, and we'll change that to match that.
Okay.
We got a date for your wife.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, it's okay with me. All right, you.
4:30.
And that
We'll
will
have to advertise that.
September 18th, right?
18th is the next regular meeting.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that's all I have, Mr. President.
Anybody got anything else?
I'll make the most we approve the claims.
Okay.
I got one thing.
And we got some other things up there too.
That's sewer
That's sewer
adjustments.
adjustments.
No resolutions?
No resolutions in the docket.
I was contacted by Jessica Conrad at Region 15 about our upcoming Okra application for the wastewater. And in her application, she has to say how we're gonna have other fundraising. So Do we have, you know, are we exploring SRF or are we exploring private funding? How are we thinking we're gonna make our matchup, or their matchup? Second, it's tough, and it's not concrete, you know, it just,
Would it have to be private, because we couldn't do the other for the spring open grant, right? Is that what you said? Yeah, so. And that, this is for the spring, we don't know when we'll get it, but.
I've got a question for Scott. Have you looked over that? Did you see that, document that they showed us, sent to us on the beginning of what they're proposing for the sewer plant? Totaling, what, $2 million some dollars?
2.3.
I haven't seen.
I think you need to look at it and give us some recommendations.
Okay.
We think there may be some stuff in there that we may or may not need.
Take a look at it.
The only thing I want to say too is that we, with the 400 clerks that met last residency, we have several mayors there. There's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe about the financial storm, what the changes that the General Assembly made in funding and the property tax. And that was a major topic of concern for cities and towns. And I think we need to be mindful of that we may be in for a few rough periods, and there's no reason to think that that's not going to happen. So we need to keep that in our first and foremost as far as taking on extra debt and not knowing what the result of all these changes in property tax is going to mean to us.
Do you think we have a choice about fixing our sewer plant?
Yeah. How do we have a choice?
Eric mentioned something that they will think would have been taken out. I remember what it was. Didn't you say that?
I've not seen anything from IBM that's talking about projects.
Okay.
That grid thing that you're talking about, you know, it's never worked. That may have to be done.
I wonder if we could prioritize some things that really need to be addressed out there at the plant. But I'm, just from my standpoint, I'm cautiously optimistic about how our financial forecast is going to be in the next 2 or 3 years.
Did somebody say that, you know, we instituted, half of the 54% increase or something,
Yeah.
over 30, but the other needs to be done right away. That's a recommendation.
That's right.
But we have, we've got to make that USDA payment twice a year. And that's got to go on for at least almost another 25 years. I'm just telling you that where I'm standing, we were told to prepare for financial storms, and you can
I understand
interpret
that.
that any way you want.
I understand that, but if somebody's saying we have,
And who's saying it? An engineering firm, or you have something from the state of Indiana?
I don't know. So,
I don't have anything from the state of Indiana, but it's all part of that plan that we all agreed to.
And I think we need to really have some more discussion about that. I'm just telling you.
So we're not gonna do the Okra grant then?
Well, no, I'm not telling you that. I'm just telling you as a
What
fiscal
did you say you
officer.
had to have that
It's
information?
in October. Yeah. Applications due in October.
Applications do, yeah.
I thought you could ask Scott to look it over too.
Well, and that's fine, yeah. I have no objection. It just seems to me that there's something's gonna have to be done. Maybe not. Maybe we can just go on and not do a thing.
No doubt. If we were told in the beginning, it may or may not have to do anything.
This is, I mean, Scott, how long you been out there?
1 year and 8 months.
Yeah, almost 2 years, and this is, I don't know if there was a good feel, because the 10 years I've been here before, that sewer plant never ran right, never was, it just wasn't, and now it's actually running. I think some of those construction suggestions were made on how it was being ran
Mhm.
and not now.
Versus how it's
Yeah,
running.
I mean,
Everything was out of sync. for a
this
long
is the
time.
first time we've ever
Of course,
actually seen it
Of course,
operate.
we had an inspector that didn't seem to object to us not running correctly. and now we don't.
I think that's true.
So, but that's nothing we have no control over that.
I mean, I know there's stuff in that plan because there are still times where I'm fighting it to keep you in compliance. We have to get to the point where we're showing compliance to the state on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And I know there's some things that could be definitely improved out there. The equalization basin will make that easier because right now, you get a good storm and we're keeping a real close eye on that oxidation ditch because all the solids will just push right out of it.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to keep it from going out the backside and get it back where it belongs.
It seems to me, and I know so little about sewer, how it runs, but I think one of the big items that was in that thing was the oxidation, something.
Well, I know we talked about either improving it in some fashion or something
I
because
think in that quote, I mean, it was like,
One of them was $500,000, I don't remember which.
yeah, one of them, well, I was thinking almost maybe $750,000, but regardless, there was one item that was really high above everything.
yeah, sure.
And I thought it had something to do with oxidation, but I may be wrong.
I'll
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
just sent it out there.
if you would look at it, it'd be great.
Did they leave you a copy of it?
So thank you.
So I just tell Jessica we're thinking about it till next month and hopefully she can.
We'll be meeting on the 6th, hopefully we might have some kind of.
We'll have some more information.
Okay.
That's not that long walk.
No.
I mean, I have been working with the engineers. They have seen what we've been doing for the last year and a half. We've made some adjustments because of that. I mean, the original plan on making some significant changes out there to cut back. So I'll have to see what they're at right now in the design.
I'd like to hear from Scott, but I'm just saying, could we look at prioritizing some things that absolutely have to be done up there? And maybe not have to do this whole thing.
I don't know what has to be in it, so let's get that straight right now. I have no clue.
I don't either, but I just want to tell you, I'm just concerned about taking on a lot of debt.
That's why we depend on engineers and Scott.
That's right.
Okay, is there anything else?
Did we do this?
That next meeting, September 3rd, by the way.
Well,
Hey, Daniel, by the pickleball, could you look and see if there's enough room for those outdoor workstations that we bought from Judah a couple years ago? And be able to put them out there too?
Yes.
See if there's enough room to be able to do that.
Did we vote on the claims, I guess?
We did the claims, I don't know about the adjustments, did we? Did we vote on the adjustments?
No, we didn't vote on it.
I'll make a motion that be approved too.
I second it.
Those be approved.
I still second that one too.
The claims and the sewer resolutions, all in favor, aye. Anything else?
Do we need to acknowledge any resignations or anything?
We will, September 3rd, when we meet again, we might do that.
I would make, if there's nothing else,
Go for it.
I'd make a motion to adjourn.
You want to second that or you want me to?
I'll second it.
Thanks. All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
There we go.
Jim, is it us still up there?
Oh.
Well, that's a question.
Yeah,
I
I
was going
think
to ask. It is still up there. I'm
I'm
not sure where it was at before when the school complained, but either way,
We said we followed.
that whole thing needs to be addressed.
Robert, how much did you turn that thing off?